he's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. Vampire kid. But then he gets killed by my follower. You suck.
Okay.
So today we're talking with Paul. Oh,
And
sorry,
Mike.
some guy. We can edit it. We're gonna edit in some name for him, and I will edit in a different name for me, and we'll be who we are, but different, and so we'll feel comfortable in all respect here, and that's the real meaning of safe space. I can say whatever I want and feel completely safe, and you can't say anything about it. Because that's what makes it safe. And today we have two guys watching a game, and one of us played well. I'm not going to say who played it well, but, someone played it well. So, I'm a little distracted. I don't know about you, because of the whole government letting in everyone again.
Yeah.
Forcing that conversation. Do you think that we're scientifically prepared for the onset of a pandemic every 6 to 7 months now, 4 of which every 10 years requiring a vaccine from now on, before we can go back into work? What do you think? I think they'll cut it off at 4 mandates per 10-year cycle from now on. That's my guess.
You mean
you
four
ready for that,
vaccines per year? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
4. Well, for every 10 years, there will
for every
probably
10
be
years.
4 vaccines required in order to, undergo, be involved in basic business where we talk to each other.
Yeah.
Never mind
maybe,
that the viral capsids are all, evolving together to basically have very similar cellular markers with each other, such that
I think what's going to be hot now is all these anti-cancer, MNMRA shots and stuff like that may make their rounds coming in the next couple of years.
They're all
several
based
years.
on directing your immune cells to the cancer.
Yeah.
So, you can do that with mRNA, but you can also do that with the cancer cells. You can take the cancer cells, kill them, ideally, and then you can just inject them like a vaccine. In principle, and that should direct the same thing as a vaccine's doing. It should make your immune cells kill that type of tissue. You could take your own cells, cook them in the microwave a little bit, inject yourself with them, and you probably get an autoimmune as
well. Why hasn't that been done yet?
It probably has caused a lot of autoimmune disorders. So the point is that we have very little knowledge of what's exactly all these things. So I think instead of then relying on vaccine mandates, we'd be better off avoiding catching the viruses to begin with. And I think that should be the goal.
Yeah, but that's incredibly difficult to do.
Maximizing vaccines. We are not there, scientifically, in my experience. Where our vaccines are really something I would never suggest to anyone. I mean, and it's easy to say because a lot of the vaccines currently that are even suggested, are against ailments that are either not life-threatening or, have been largely wiped out because of vaccines. But then that's also, but I think of that as a consideration to take when deciding whether to take a vaccine. If the disease has been eradicated to the point where the ailment is such a low percentage of you catching it, you have to take your region into perspective. You have to take, if you're in the middle of a busy city in a metropolitan area, yeah, I would probably be more inclined to take a higher number of vaccines. But if you can get away with it, especially if you're away from the major cities, I don't know if you need hepatitis. I don't know if you need. You don't need a flu vaccine. just be careful. Just think about, for one, what randomness is passing by your way. I mean, if you have an airport in your city that's busy, chances are you're going to catch a lot of more viruses. It's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, minimize that airport traffic. And we did do that. We did that during the pandemic. We minimized airport traffic for a year and a half. And we were happy. I wasn't miserable during the pandemic. I was fairly productive during the pandemic. I'm not going to say I don't more
really go
productive
anywhere.
than before the pandemic, but also I probably could
I
have
was
gotten complaints before the
actually-
pandemic too.
I was pretty productive, I think, because like I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't really leave. There was days where I would just sit down, begin my day at like 7, and I wouldn't even like get up until like 2 p.m. You know, I would just be locked in and working on some project or something like that, or I've been trying to learn how to do some C# programming, and so that just sucks up time like crazy. But yeah, I just like get into the zone. I don't even get hungry, and at 2 o'clock, I'm like, oh crap, I haven't eaten or anything like that. And I'm like, all right, time to have lunch. But yeah, like I'll just like work hard all the way until 5, and then I'm tired. But
yeah, it's strange. Like, so you're also? I don't eat during the morning. I don't eat during the day. I go until like 5 p.m. before I eat now.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot. I try not to do that as much anymore because it just kind of throws off your body's metabolism. But
does it? I mean, when you think about it, though, think about how we evolved. Predators probably we do have probably some overlap with big cats. Because you have to think we are mammals of a certain weight class.
Well, I mean, we can
prevalent
fast.
Mammals.
They're
big
fast.
Cats.
There's
our weight class that are wild mammals, and our weight class are generally big cats.
What are you calling yourself a cat for? What do you mean?
What other mammals are in our weight class?
Well, what do you mean?
Anyway, the point is.
What's your point?
The point is that. We are predatory. We get up and we go and hunt to get the kill, and then we get the food. So we might be evolved, I think, to not eat until late in the day. So I don't know if that's actually bad for us or affecting our metabolism in some negative way. And it's interesting that you and I are both having it. I'm sure others are having this too. Because I don't consider myself so atypical.
No, there's actually a lot of researchers that I know that follow the same sort of routine. They have to force themselves to eat because you get such a such almost like a high from writing and getting shit done. Like it's satisfying to work.
The glucagon going backwards, and making glucose from your stores. Usually about 45 minutes to 2 hours after not eating, but 2 hours. And you get a little sugar high from going a few hours without eating. But it's from, your natural sources. And it's good to have because that will help your immune system not be so immunogenic to yourself. So, it might help with people with autoimmune disorders to fast a little. And indeed, anyone who's eaten less, it seems, in any species, any individual, worms, mice, rabbit, cats, dogs, flies. Did I say flies? They all live longer with caloric restriction. I don't know if they've done the test in humans because, it's not really ethical to study someone with a lifespan or restricting one's diet in scientific fashion.
I was gonna say they have done those experiments, but I don't know if the
actually not reported and
if those documents are declassified.
Yeah, it's not in modern reputable journals of peer reviewed. Probably bioarchive, you have that stuff. The archives. Anyone posted whatever their Euro shit is. Euro shit. So I'm calling all that Euro shit.
So somewhere in Austria.
I've been to Austria, man. It's beautiful. I've been to Vienna. That was one of the best cities in the world. I will say that. I'll give that to Austria. That was an awesome city. Vienna.
Yeah, I want to go there.
I think there's like 3 museums per person, or art houses or something. It's so artistic and musical. They're all about culture. It's like it's up your face.
Yeah, it's like one of the few places that like really reward those sorts of positions, you know, or they pay them well, you know. They're not,
they appreciate it.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of starving artists there, but there are some.
They appreciate people who try. Yeah, even they just want they want the distraction. It's the only place I've seen in the world. I mean, I'm sure there are more, but I haven't been to Paris, you know, for instance. But I've been to London. I didn't see this. They have professional, middle-aged white gentlemen serving in restaurants, and it's like a very esteemed, reputable position. They take their job really seriously. They're very good, and it's just like you don't see that here. Like middle-aged white men as waiters in a restaurant, essentially, or a cafe. You know, it's just a coffee house. But like
if you go to my hometown, you do.
In a tuxedo?
Oh, well.
No,
okay.
These guys are like.
If you go up to Chicago, actually, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure they have specialty places, but this is like, well, I guess you can call it a specialty place.
You know, if you
but
go somewhere in
it's
the
more
city,
common as a place in Vienna. So it was amazing. It was amazing. It's an awesome place. So honestly, if you haven't been, I would say that, you know, heading up, if you're going to hit up Central Europe, you want to hit up, you know, Germany, and there's some obvious spots there, and you want to hit up Vienna, and you want to hit up I didn't go to the Czech Republic. I didn't go to, unfortunately, to I was going to, but I didn't go to whatever that place was, their main capital. You always go to.
Of the Czech Republic?
Oh. Czech Republic, yeah.
But I kind of want to visit some of those places around there. Like, I mean, Armenia is actually pretty beautiful, but there's a lot, kind of crazy group of.
I'm talking about like when you know traveling happens again. Can you imagine trying to go between, let's say, Berlin to Warsaw to, you know, London or to Moscow to Lisbon now in like no lines, no one else traveling. So, you know, as someone who's made all those flights, I just, as fun as it was, I don't miss it. And there's nothing that's better than family and being home and happy and safe. And, you know, I think maybe I was lucky to do those flights, and maybe it's wrong for me to say people don't do it now, but opening up the borders again, I think ever again, is stupid. Because, you know, in the end, the only thing that is really valuable that we have is, right, our lot, our stake, our property, our surface area, the land. And habitable land is the most valuable possession on Earth. More valuable than oil. More valuable than gold. So, you know, if you have something valuable, an open border policy is clearly a Trojan horse from people within for political reasons.
Okay. I assume you're talking about the whole Belarus and Poland issues right now?
Actually, I'm talking generally. I'm sure it applies to that.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that's because
I just
Poland, that's essentially what Poland's saying right now. Poland's saying that the EU is trying to set them up.
I mean, Poland's unfortunately,